Hi everyone, it's Rax. No Rest for the Wicked, a Souls-like ARPG, is going to have a massive update tomorrow, and I really like this game. I have full played through the game, I think 2 entire times, and when they did their Crucible update, I also played that. So I'm a big fan of this game, and I'm really excited to tell you about some of the changes that are coming. If maybe you haven't played it in a while or you've never even heard of it, this should be a game on your radar, and you should consider picking it up. There'll be a download link somewhere in the description or at a pinned comment. I don't have any creator code or anything. It's on Steam. Um, I think this is one you should have in your library if you're a big ARPG fan. So let's get started. So the new update comes on April 30th. It's a colossal update, similar to like the last Epoch update that we just saw. That's going to change a lot of things about the game. The first thing to understand is Moon Studios is now independent. So they bought the rights from the game from their previous publisher. So now they're free to do whatever they want, and now they're extremely optimistic about the future and all the things that they're going to be able to bring forward. So what's coming in this update? There is going to be new massive zones, in their own words, that are going to double the size of the game. Every zone that they make, they handcraft it. It's not procedurally generated. That way they can put in a lot of secrets, a lot of puzzles, some verticality going up and down, a lot of little hidden gems everywhere. And their motto is that if they handcraft everything instead of letting AI do it or something, just finished downloading it, by the way. Got a new computer, had to re-download the game. I'm already getting prepared a day in advance. I might log in and warm up a little bit. But anyway, if they create everything themselves, then they think the experience is going to be better. There's obviously a bunch of new enemies and bosses. There's new weapons, and now they have caster weapons in the game, which is a whole new archetype that people are going to absolutely love playing. They showed some demos of like lightning bolts, like destroying people. So it might be actually a really good option to play range. I would guess, I don't know, but I would guess that casters have the advantage of fighting at distance while having very, very low health. But the monsters are so brutal anyway, that might be a really good trade-off. So I'm very strongly considering going caster and seeing how good of a spellcaster build I can make in the update. I've never played it before. There's cute little things in the game. I think it's going to showcase actually right here where you can suplex the enemies. And so they decided to add a brand new thing similar to that. They added a drop kick to the game, Hiya. So if you want to be Liu Kang, you can do that as well. So besides like expanding the world significantly and like doubling its size, there's a new end game mechanic called Pestilence. I think it's kind of, you could think of it kind of like Helltide in Diablo 4, where a pestilence is going to spawn in a zone, and it's going to bring all new monsters, all new challenges. There'll be a pestilence bar at the bottom. If you clear out all the pestilence, then it's going to summon a boss, fight the boss, obviously get big rewards and clean out the pestilence. So that's like a new end game system beyond the crafting, or excuse me, beyond the campaign and beyond the crucible that they're adding there. When the pestilence comes in, there's going to be new resources that you can use to make the zones even more difficult. More difficult means higher rewards, similar to corruption in last Epoch, or pushing maps or torment tiers in POE or Diablo. So all of these mechanics are finally coming to the game. In the zones that you've already played, they've made new passes on it. There's new secrets to discover. There's new places to go. There's new enemies to see. There's new weapons to acquire. So even if you have played it once before, it will not feel the same playing it through again. There's a hardcore mode now. If you die, you go to softcore. So no harm in trying to go hardcore. You get to keep your character. It just goes to softcore as far as I understand. Then they did a big pass on a bunch of things for quality of life and polish. So one of their biggest problems that I had with the game, they fixed, which was storage. So in your house, when you would finally get a house, you would buy like 30 treasure chests so you could store stuff. It was really annoying. So now the storage is massively increased, and now there's a new sorting function that they say will just make life a lot easier. Another thing about it is you couldn't actually port into your house to put away your stuff. You had to like port inside the town and then run to your house. Now you can port directly in your house. It actually saves at least one loading screen. It just saves you a lot of time. Um, Now, when you're fighting, the way that you used to fight is you would have to wait out a timer to use the different heals or the different meals. Now, instead, they're putting a cap on how many meals you can eat, and you can use them whenever you want. So if you're fighting a big boss, you accidentally get hit by the big attack, it takes you to 1 HP. You can chain chug meals back up to full health and continue fighting if you can dodge all the rest of the stuff. And you can increase how many meals you can have during a fight as you play. So that'll be valuable to power up like your potion or meal capacity is going to actually matter in this game. I think it's a cool way to change everything. There are workers in your town that you can have queue up to build certain things for you. Now you can provide them with meals to speed up that process. If you don't want to sit there and wait forever for stuff to be built, you can speed it up to get back to blasting. They said the performance is drastically improved. They said if you ever had any issues with frame rates or disconnecting, they've made so many changes to that. There's that lightning bolt thing I was talking about, by the way. It should play much better. I think they have DLSS and all that stuff in the game. So I'm going to take their word for it. I'm going to put it to the test. I'm going to stream it on ultra settings, and we'll see how smoothly it goes. So their patch notes have 11,000 changes in total from their last update, which is ridiculous. One thing about this that might make some people mad, but it's just the way that it is in order to fully enjoy the new stuff that they made so many changes to the game that you have to replay it. So the old stuff that you have will be moved to Legacy if you want to play on Legacy. But to fully enjoy all their new changes and the weapons and this and that, the new caster stuff and the new zones and the new secrets, you got to restart. No problem for me. We play RPGs, we restart all the time. They said that they're going to be on standby. They're going to be watching. If anything is wrong in the first few weeks, they said that they're ready. They're going to try to fix it immediately. They said they're already working on their next content patch, and the next major one is going to be multiplayer. They said even after that, they already have tons of things planned. Again, they're their own studio now, so tons of other things are coming. They have improved housing. They're going to introduce farming into the game. They're going to expand the Crucible, which is one of their endgame systems. The campaign is going to be further expanded again. Tons of new quests, tons of new bosses. And then they said, of course, they understand that people love playing on consoles. So final thing to say, it's the 10th anniversary of Ori. So if you like Ori, maybe you guys have played that game. It's the same people here. And the music director, Ori, was kind of a fan favorite game. I've never played it. I actually downloaded it. We'll need to do a playthrough of that game. People love the music. And the person who did the music for Ori, Gareth Coker, I believe is his name. He has now introduced music for No Rest for the Wicked as well. So it should feel like a complete new experience from the performance, from the expansion of the game. I'm extremely excited for this game. So if you want to see a full playthrough, multi-day playthrough, and try all the new systems, I'll try caster stuff. They also massively buff shields, by the way. I forgot to tell you about that one. Shields, when you use them, I think they used to cost stamina, and in a Souls-like game, stamina is everything. If you're going to use your stamina to block, it's really not worth it. I think shields now have their own like block meter, so the fact that that's separate from stamina is going to make it a really godly option, especially if you like sword and board. Well, that's it, guys. No Rest for the Wicked actually should be starting later today, so I'll be blasting for multiple days, full playthrough, all the old content, all the new content, the endgame content. I want to thank Moon Studios for working with me and sponsoring this video. And I think we're going to have to do a follow-up video on the state for No Rest for the Wicked, like we do with all the ARPGs, where we can look at all the good and bad of the new patch, but I have a feeling it's going to be overwhelmingly positive. Thank you so much, and I'll see you in game.